Alright, we started again. Jeez. I should probably explain why the last video took so... Sorry, the last podcast took so long. Short version, college. Long version, assignments from college.
Yeah, we're just like, when we finished that video, we just finished it at a very busy time in the year.
Yeah, it's just,
And then even uploading it was its own nightmare.
Yeah, there was version 1 which had footage from Monster Planet, and I think it was either 30 minutes later it got taken down by Toho.
And it wasn't just like claimed, it was like internationally blocked.
Yeah, just poof, banhammer. It's like, ah, shit. So now you have to deal with the thumbnail now.
But it came out well enough.
Yeah.
Nathan's audio is real shit, but other than that.
Yeah. But, yes, welcome back to yet another podcast. A little late to the party, but hey, better late than never.
Yeah. Today we're talking about one of, like, mainstream cinema's probably most disastrous of franchises.
I mean, especially of late, goddamn.
But, I mean, even for years, it's been, like, both franchises has been in, like, a super rocky states, you know?
Well, arguably in the beginning, it was alright. Like, Alien...
Of course.
Yeah, but...
What?
I kind of noticed we didn't even announce what we're talking about yet.
They read the title. They're not stupid.
Yeah, that is true. But,
it's like I just decide not to put what we're talking about in the title. Just name it like TheLoneColony Podcast Episode 3, and that's it.
I mean, some people do that.
Yeah. So anyway,
just in case, we're talking about Alien and Predator, not Alien versus Predator.
yeah, some of the strangest like franchises out there, especially in that how they're so like interconnected. And this is way before the cinematic universe shit popped off.
Yeah. Actually, no, back then it wasn't even called the cinematic universe. It was just called the Versus movie.
Yeah, just crossover. But I mean, you know, starting from the beginning, I think everyone kind of knows, you know, Alien, Aliens, and then Predator are like some of the greatest, you know, movies of all time. Most people agree with that.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
I'd argue that Predator 2 is pretty solid. It's such a weird movie. Like, it's like this, like, super gritty cop thriller. Then the Predator just kind of shows up.
Yeah.
But it's so like it's even more over the top and ridiculous than like the first Predator. I kind of love, and then Predators is like it's just a nice digestible piece of rated R goodness. Really.
Yeah.
Nothing too special, but it's all right. Alien, different story.
It's man, do we count Alien versus Predator, or do we leave that out of it?
We're gonna get to that.
Eventually.
I think like we'll talk mostly about the AVP movies, just the whole connection, the games and stuff too, and then we'll discuss like the reason we're doing this podcast, discussing the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the Alien side, you know, Alien 3
and Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, Alien 3. I remember watching Alien 3. I just found it really boring.
I do like its idea, though, just setting the alien loose on a prison planet, and
I give it brownie points for trying to like do this really kind of oppressive tone, just like way darker than even the other two Alien movies prior.
Yeah.
And I have not seen Alien 4. What can you tell us about Alien Resurrection?
What was the guy's name who directed Avengers again? Josh
Whedon.
Josh Whedon, yeah. It's what you expect. It's weird.
You say what I expect, but no, Avengers is good, and even Age of Ultron isn't too bad.
Yeah, I know, but I was talking more so in line of his other works, like Yeah.
I did hear like it's a comedy, borderline comedy.
Yeah, it's a legit comedy. That there's this one scene where a guy kills a pod full of people with a grenade because an alien crawls into it.
Oh.
And then he just salutes.
Oh my god.
And this is right before he gets killed by a xenomorph. It's just straight up, sneaks up behind him, takes a chunk out of his head, and before he falls flat on his ass, he takes a piece of brain out of the injury, looks at it for a minute, and then dies.
Fucking masterful.
And then all right, you know what? I'll give you a quick synopsis and a quick breakdown of Alien Resurrection to give you an idea.
I know about the baby, like the xenomorph
Oh
baby.
god, the newborn. I don't know if I want that NECA figure, but I mean, it's interesting, but it's also
that's all wild looking thing.
Yeah. So basically, after Ripley, dies in Alien 3, Weyland-Yutani somehow gets a genetic sample of Ripley from the prison planet. And then from that genetic sample, they clone her in hopes of reproducing the alien queen. Now, there's a lot wrong with that. What also gets me is, they only got her DNA. I don't know how the fuck they got the alien DNA or how they were able to make Ripley with the chest burster. But anyway, they were able to do it. But somehow the cloning process keeps getting fucked, which is something we discover later on. Anyway, she's now part xenomorph in this movie. But yeah, the queen, all the other aliens are also part human technically, and more so human, not like the facehugger shit. It's like, before it was fully alien, but now it has 50% human DNA now. So, yeah, after a couple of failed attempts to clone, they finally get her cloned, and then these pirates just bring in, I guess, prisoners or not so volunteers, maybe refugees as test subjects. And then they give rise to a new xenomorph hive. And they attend to the queen. And because the queen alien's cloning got fucked up, it gave birth to the newborn. And shit just, basic alien movie stuff. Shit goes bad. Alien breaks out. Everyone's scrambling.
Shit started, man, when you talked about the Ripley clones. Like,
yeah, and then it was later discovered that the Ripley in this movie is actually one of many clones. All the other clones had a certain percentage of alien and human DNA into it, so you'd see a baby fetus with a xenomorph head, which literally you do see. And then you also see another clone, like, on the table, just dying. And
there's a sick irony to all of this.
No.
Nothing you said is funnier than I'll do the fingering.
It's just, I don't know how to go about this movie. It's just weird.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna. I think in a future podcast we'll discuss more of the individual franchises. But let's move on to Alien versus Predator as like a whole, because it is this. It's like such a big part of it exists like outside of the films themselves.
Yeah, especially with the new continuity that Alien Covenant presented.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it started with, everyone knows it started with like there was a alien head skull cameo in Predator 2.
Yeah.
And then the comic came out, and the Alien vs Predator comics have been going on for a long time now. Yeah. And it's a weird thing where it's just like, it's such a perfect idea. Like, these two monsters just suit each other to fight against each other so perfectly. I mean, even just the title, Alien vs. Predator, just rolls off the tongue so well.
Yeah. Also,
so it's straight.
No, sorry. I was gonna say it also gave rise to acronyms. Yeah, not really, but you know what I mean. It's like the prime cinema example for acronyms.
Like AVP.
Yeah.
Even that rolls off the tongue. But it's so weird to think that, like, there's 2 Alien vs. Predator movies, and they both suck.
I mean,
like, one sucks a lot less than the other.
Yeah.
But it's still not very good.
No, yeah. It's, I remember when we were kids and we actually loved it.
Well, we liked a lot of bad shit when we were kids.
Yeah.
I think we like a lot of bad shit now.
You know, I always find it ironic how, as a kid, I didn't appreciate the really good movies.
Oh, of course. I mean, as a kid, it's like, I remember as a kid, for a long time, it was like, if it didn't have to do with dinosaurs or Star Wars, I didn't have any of it.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Yeah. Just, But yeah, it's, Alien vs. Predator, the first one. I don't know, by chance, have you seen the extended cut of that film?
The first AVP?
Yeah.
No, I know it exists.
Yeah, it's, I don't want to say it adds too much. It kind of reinforces, existing information from the original cut.
Any new, like, action scenes?
I guess
I mean, when it comes to these movies, that's really what we're there for. The issue with the first AVP is just that when they cut back to a lot of the characters, they're just not that interesting. So it's like, and there's a decent amount of good, solid action scenes, really.
Yeah, I think the one scene in the uncut version that really stands out for me is definitely the opening scene, because you remember in the film how when they come across that town that's near the alien temple, they were talking about, this town was abandoned because suddenly people just started disappearing at night. The opening shot was literally a guy running away from a predator, and then he hides in a shack, and then suddenly something grabs his attention. The predator, you don't see the predator, you kind of see its point of view though. It turns to what the man is looking at, he switches visions, and then you see the alien in all green, and then just lunges at the predator, and the last shot you see is just his claw, swiping through the air, and then cut. Title, AVP, Alien vs. Predator.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really good opening shot, I'll give it that.
Yeah. The third act I remember is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just
because the protagonist, she's all right, and she's the last one standing.
Yeah.
And then she like uses the alien tail spear, and they fight the queen, and there's just because I guess all the filler's been dealt with, so you just kind of get the goods.
Yeah, it's especially like that last shot where the queen is kind of falling through the water, which could be, I want to say it's a little symbolic, but I don't, because it's Alien versus Predator.
See, it's symbolic of where Alien and Predator, where the franchises went, just down.
You know what? Yeah, that's way better than what I was gonna say. Mine was gonna be all sorts of seriousness.
I am dead serious.
Yeah, I'm gonna be too, but I don't want to say it here. I'll tell you later. Just remind me.
Sure. Now, the main issue that most people have with this is that it's rated PG-13 and not R.
Right. Yeah.
The thing is, it's rated like that because none of the gore shit really happens to the people.
Yeah.
They do it like the alien predator get fucked up real good. And
yeah, pretty much.
The blood's green, but
actually no. Actually, with the predator, a lot of the gory shit is kind of cut out. two of the predators get their heads, I guess, pierced is the word I'm looking for. But as soon as
you see one, I know you'd see one of them in like get fucked up real good.
Yeah, but like as soon as the mouth just starts to appear, it just cuts away and then splurt of green blood, and then cuts back to the predator's head just slumping down. I was like, okay.
No, but I swear for one of the predators, you do see the head get fucked.
Like I think you're talking about,
like you see the mini mouth go through the head.
I think you're talking about Hunter, and even then, that was for a split second.
Yeah, I mean, there's that great shot where the that one predator standing still. He's in a room. He just killed the face hugger, and then the alien sees him behind him, and then he slashes behind him.
Yeah,
the alien freezes, and the head just slowly peels off.
Yeah, it's
Should it be bleeding everywhere? Sure, it doesn't, but it's such an awesome effect still.
Yeah, it is.
And then, like the alien pieces are like the tails getting chopped off, and then at the end they're slicing up the alien queen. It's not the gory. It could have been a lot gorier, and it shouldn't have been. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely went more of a safe route with AVP.
They probably wanted that mass appeal.
Yeah.
These are horror franchises. Both of them are almost like, it's more. I'm trying to think of the word here. Just like, help me out. Like they're not like, it's like horror stuff. It's more
generic slasher? No.
No. I'm trying to say like I'm blanking on the terminology here. What I just mean is like, these are more I keep trying to say like the word that keeps popping into my head is secular, but that's not what I'm trying to say. These are smaller tier like fan bases, I guess you could say, right?
Right.
It shouldn't be catering. It should just be trying to cater to those people because those are the ones who are going to be most interested in this, right?
Right. Yeah.
So.
But then we have AVPR.
Fuck. Yeah.
Ooh. Do we talk about that now, or should we finish up with AVP?
I mean, I guess everything that after we fumbled around there for a bit.
Yeah.
But I think everything we need to say about AVP, and when we said, the characters aren't that interesting, some of the action's good. Overall, it's just kind of a meh film.
Yeah.
AVPR is dog shit.
What you mean? I can't see anything. I can't see the dog shit you're talking about. It's too fucking dark.
And I know I've seen some people like say, "Oh, just change the vibrancy setting on my television." If I had to change the vibrancy settings to see shit,
something ain't right.
Because then it just fucks up the lighting in the normal scenes.
Yeah. You know what? I'm genuinely curious because Godzilla 2014 also had a shoddy DVD release. Do you think it would have been better in the theater, or was it even too dark in the theater?
I don't think so, because at least in theaters, most people didn't have that much an issue with 2014, how it like looked like that. But most reviews for Alien vs Predator do exclaim that it's that it was way too dark even there.
Right.
And it's literally like the aliens are like pitch black against pitch black backgrounds.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of reminds me of the one shot of the Pred alien in the bush. You could barely see it.
I don't remember the shot you're talking about. I mean,
of course you can't, because you can't see it. It could have been any shot in AVPR. Hell, for all I'm concerned, it could be any shot in any other movie. The Predator alien could be anywhere.
It is not a movie worth remembering.
Yeah, it's basically it was just before it enters the hospital and it starts impregnated women.
Yeah, that was really weird. I mean, I'll give it this. It does at times it utilizes that R rating.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, the story wise, it's the most bargain basement horror schlock.
Yeah,
it is bottom of the barrel garbage. The characters are all stock, and it's like the worst the horror genre has to offer.
No, yeah, it's ooh.
Generic teens in suburbia.
Yeah, and so it's always films like this always have to revolve around teenagers and a love story. Why does it have to do that? It's
you know what? It's literally it's like, oh, we can't just have a half hour of the alien predator fighting. We have to pretend this is a movie. So here's the thing: when you're pretending to make a movie, you have to pretend to have characters. So you just whip out a bucket of stock characters and dump them on the floor.
Yeah,
that's how. Like, I'll be honest, it's very likely that they just picked a fucking stock horror script and added the alien and predator in afterwards.
Shit, yeah, because I was about to say, it really does feel like they possibly took the criticisms from AVP, but took it in the wrong route and tried to, instead of making a sci-fi horror, they just made a straight up slasher flick.
I mean, it doesn't help that. I mean, AVP, the first one, was made by Paul W.S. Anderson. I think that's his name, right?
I think so. I'm not sure.
The guy who made the Resident Evil films. Like, you could argue, like, sure, are those that great? I don't know. I've heard they're mostly just kind of schlock action movies, right?
Right.
But at least it's like he's a director. He knows how to make a movie, right?
Right.
Alien vs Predator feels like a proper film. The character, it's just like, oh, where it is a basic premise. You got a bunch of scientists and researchers going into like this hidden pyramid, and they find monsters in there, right?
Yeah.
It's not the most advanced plot, but I mean, the idea of like this pyramid and it's kind of like a maze. That was another thing that was cool about AVP, how the pyramid kept like changing and shifting.
Yeah.
And they kind of had to deal with that along with the Alien and Predator. It's a cool setup, and the sets were great.
Yeah.
All the practical effects were so good at AVP.
Yeah, no, indeed. And yeah, it was Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah, with AVPR, I don't know the names of the directors, but I believe they were basically like...
Oh no, dude. I think the directors for AVPR were literally just visual effects artists.
Yeah, for like advertisements.
Like, holy... yeah, Greg and Colin Strauss.
Strauss or Strauss? Like, I'm not seeing the name.
Like Strause.
That's Strauss,
yeah.
I think.
Strauss or Strauss. Aw.
I mean, anyway, they're hacks.
You know, it kind of makes sense now because CGI always looks better in the dark.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's so bad.
Oh god.
And it's like, it's Alien vs Predator. It should write itself.
But it doesn't. It honestly doesn't.
Yeah. So, I guess now in our little recap, historical recap of the Alien Predator franchises, we now come to the modern era, where things kind of got better, but not really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, right after that was Predators, which, like I said earlier, is pretty good. But then after that, it was
Prometheus.
Yeah, we should have another episode on like Prometheus and Alien Covenant, because there's a lot to discuss with those two movies.
Yeah, and then there's the Predator, which is its own fine jewel.
That is also something we'll be covering more later, just because it is so insane.
Oh my god.
and I truly can just go on forever about it. But the main reason this podcast episode is based on is the recent acquisition from Disney.
Yeah.
How they just bought Fox, and this includes Alien and Predator, and the potential future that they could have.
Yeah.
Because I know you were saying you read something up about future plans.
Yeah, I kept seeing some articles in regards to both a TV series focusing on the Xenomorph and a Alien Covenant 2 which has been in the air for quite some time, and also some rumblings on Neil Blomkamp
Yeah, Blomkamp.
Yeah, Blomkamp's Alien 5, which James Cameron is actually really interested about. I guess we'll start with that because it's very basic, straightforward. Like, there's only one thing covering it. Basically, in an interview about Alita Battle Angel, James Cameron was asked simply, Neil Blomkamp's Alien, how do you feel about that? And I think he responded with, I'm working on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, alongside the fucking 5,000 Avatar sequels he has in, like...
I thought it was...
Like he's supposed to be making.
Yeah.
And Terminator 5, which comes out, like, this year.
I don't know. What is he doing in Terminator 5? Is he producing, or...
I don't know. He might be directing.
Like, for Genesis,
He was producing.
Really? I thought he was...
Was he even producing?
No, I don't think so. I remember,
I don't know, look it up.
Alright, hold up. This, games... let's see here. James Cameron Terminator Genesis. Oh crap. Let's see. James Cameron actually had some involvement in the latest Terminator film, Terminator Genesis. But what did you do, though? Looking around, let's see, nothing really. Oh wait, here you go, Terminator Genesis. How did you participate in this film? Come on, IMDb, save me.
Oh my god! Remember when I was trying to describe like the appealing to mainstream audiences for Alien vs Predator?
Yeah.
The word I was looking for was niche. Just popped in my head. You know, they needed to cater to the more niche audience of, like...
Excellent.
Alien Predator fans.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, Terminator Genesis, the original director of The Terminator in 1984, James Cameron, asked and got to officially endorse this film. He says he loves this so much, he personally considers this the official third film in the franchise. In 2017, Cameron admitted that he supported this film only because of his friendship with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's all.
Yeah, so it was funny because I remember there was a video going around where James Cameron was talking about how he was how it was like he was saying, "Oh man, this is really good. This is a proper sequel to Terminator 2 that we've always wanted." And then I saw so many people come out and just be like, "Yeah, I think James Cameron has shit taste in movies."
I mean, that would explain a lot.
I mean, no hate towards the guy. He is one of the most legendary directors of all time.
Yeah.
unfortunately, he hasn't. Who knows what he's like now? He hasn't released a movie in 10 years. Avatar came out 10 years ago.
Actually,
and he's
didn't he help with Sanctum though?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. He might have produced something here or there, but he hasn't like full on been in the director's seat.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, Avatar, Avatar's one of those movies where I think it's weird, right? I think everyone agrees that in retrospect, it's not nearly as good as most people remember.
Yeah.
Like, now that it was all about like the spectacle and the experience, but I mean, nowadays, like, the average animated movie looks as good as Avatar did, if not better, honestly.
Yeah. Is it now hard time I say, hey, should we probably get back to AVP?
I guess.
Shit. Yeah, so
I mean, this podcast kind of went to shit already, I feel. But I mean, it's a great analogy for the Alien and Predator franchises,
Oh yeah, most definitely. But yeah, in terms of yeah, that's all we have about Alien 5. Alien Covenant 2. Ooh, there is a lot covering that. For one, the actors have no idea what the hell is going on. Ridley Scott is pretty quiet about it. And the writers and producers are also confused.
Yeah, I mean, he did. It seemed like he might have had this plan, but first of all, he kind of lost his cool with Covenant. Like, he kind of,
yeah,
he pulled under pressure,
Yeah.
I think most people kind of agree. Or like all the kind of xenomorph related shit, it probably was like decided after the fact, like, because people complained there was no alien shit in Prometheus, or not enough alien shit.
Yeah.
And then, Covenant bombed, which I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I remember cinema. Hopefully, there's people from Cinema Oasis who are watching this. A Facebook group chat we're in. I remember, like, there were some hard fought battles over Alien Covenant when that came out in that chat.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty wild. Like, that was a real polarizing film.
Yeah, it was. Ooh. Like for me, it's very mixed. Alien Covenant.
I mean, I like it when it's trying to be Prometheus too.
Yeah, but that
when it's continuing to play with those ideas and stuff.
Yeah, it's just
that kind of mystery horror world building stuff. But then when the alien shit shows up, it's like it just kind of becomes your usual, space slasher flick.
Yeah.
And when it's on the ship, it's real generic and bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember in the theater, like, at first I was so excited to see the alien. I'm like, yeah, the alien's back. And then I remember thinking the movie was wrapping up, and I'm like, oh, we didn't get to see more alien. But then we get back to the ship, and I realized, oh no, we're going to have some actual alien action sequences. But then, as they were happening, it just wasn't that entertaining.
Yeah.
The same old, really.
Yeah, alien on the ship. What's it gonna do? Oh, kill people. How surprising.
Literally kills, like, 2 people, like, who are about to fuck in the shower, like fucking Jason Voorhees.
I mean, if you want to be technical, maybe 3, because it did come out of a person.
I'm just saying, like, that kill specifically, it's a lot like just a generic slasher killer.
No, yeah, indeed.
And then, it ends on kind of a freaky note with the whole android swap shit.
Yeah. That is. I mean, that twist was kind of predicted, though. They didn't try to hide it. I mean, hell, even Ridley Scott said, "Yeah, we didn't try to hide the fact that David and Walter switched."
I mean, I don't mind. It's a cliffhanger ending, sure, but I don't know. You could do something. That premise could be creative in and of itself.
Yeah.
But will it come to fruition? I don't know. Especially with the Disney, like it already seemed like they weren't going to really fuck with the Alien franchise for a while after that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Disney just wants to do a full reset on those two.
Yeah.
On that and Predator. We'll discuss Predator once again in another episode.
Yeah. Now, finally, there is rumors alluding to a alien anime. Not sure if it was animated, but it was definitely going to be a TV series revolving around the xenomorph alien. And, the rumors for this are pretty wild. There were some claiming, oh, it's going to be animated. Some claim it was going to be live action, using both practical effects and visual effects. Some say it was going to be a sequel/prequel to Alien Isolation. Some say it was going to follow Amanda Ripley. And some say it was going to follow a completely original story. The news around that is just all over the place, and half the time I'm thinking it's either speculation or just mere rumors.
I mean, I'm sure most of it, if not all of it, is probably just garbage.
Yeah, though.
That's how the internet works these days.
Though I will say this, it was confirmed that there was going to be an Alien series, but I think after Fox was merged into the juggernaut that is Disney, the idea was scrapped.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of series, I know recently they've been releasing a lot of like fan-made short. Like there was like
yeah, short films that I think they were actually under Fox. I think Fox provided some resources for the fan films. I'm not exactly sure though.
Okay.
Because the company itself has heavily advertised these short films, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think it was 5 or 6 short films. I can't really remember what they're called though.
Yeah, me neither. I have not seen them yet.
Yeah, same.
I'm sure they're fine. But I mean, yeah, with all those, it's like, would they want to release, like if they want to have, the like an Alien Predator cinematic universe thing, like try to do that crossover again, will they try to do it like from the ground up, have both series be their own independent, like quote unquote independent series, but like kind of like how they did with like the MCU and stuff. There's
yeah,
characters crossing over between the movies and then references to each other until finally they meet up.
Yeah, personally, like shit, if they do decide to restart the whole thing from the ground up, then like I think what they should do is maybe have some of the films canon and then just retcon the rest. Like maybe keep Prometheus, Aliens, Predator, maybe AVP and Predators in canon, and then have everything else retcon and try to build up from there.
Maybe. I mean, because some of those movies, I think people would rather just forget about, even if we like them.
Yeah. I enjoyed Prometheus enough.
I do too. I think it's actually like a solid, good movie.
Yeah. Love the visual effects in that movie too. Just oh my god.
Yeah, those are some stunning effects.
Yeah, like, but I still can't believe that alien snake was CGI. I was so convinced that was practical. I still am to this day. I think, yeah, Prometheus kind of pushed me to the idea of what visual effects could really do nowadays.
Maybe.
No, I'm like talking about my own personal preference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It looks really good. A lot because Ridley Scott doesn't fuck around with reshoots and stuff.
Yeah, it's
positive and negative.
Yeah.
Effect. But the positive for that is a lot more money can be spent, like, focused in to make shit look good. Like, the movies look good.
Yeah.
Even Alien Covenant is pretty good most of the time.
Yeah, they're all, even back then, Alien, it was all shot really well. It had a great sense of scale and magnitude. Like, the fucking engineer from the first Alien film, that was fucking massive. And you know what? Actually, I don't know if I told you this. I don't know if you know this, but for that scene, when you just see the astronauts walking around, those are actually children.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had to get kids because the set was so big, they had to downsize it.
Oh my god.
So they hired children.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and put them in spacesuits and then have them wander around on set.
I didn't know that.
The more you know. Woo!
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now I'm at the point, it's like, what else do we say? It's like, we came in, it's like, we're going to talk about the future of AVP. But it's such a non-future.
Yeah, it's
like both properties are at such a low point in their respective lives.
Yeah, it's I do have faith if Disney does have any interest of rebooting these films. Which now I'm kind of really curious now because they said that they dissolved the Fox license, and now it's just kind of Disney. If they do decide
we saw that. You should show. Actually, you should put this like as a picture in the actual video. There's a huge panel that showed all the properties they own, which is just like a mega flex on the industry.
Yeah, it's
also looks like the wildest Avengers cast list you could think of.
Oh, so Infinity War.
Yeah, it's Infinity War, but now you got Elsa, you got Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they at one of the like cons right after they picked up Fox, they showed this huge panel, and it showed all the respective properties they own. Like it was like Walt Disney, then Walt Disney Animation, then Pixar, Marvel, Fox, blah blah blah, and Blue Sky. And then each one had like a little, like, basically a respective character for that franchise.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's a fucking flex if I've ever seen one.
Strong flex, but okay. But yeah, what I was getting at is I don't know if this is true anymore or not, but apparently Disney dissolved the Fox name. So any property that like, for example, if they were to release an X-Men film, it wouldn't be under the Fox name, it would be under the Marvel name. So, with that in mind, if they were to release a new Alien and
Pixar presents Aliens.
Oh god. No. Children, avert your eyes. Too much phallic.
Not enough phallic.
No, David, no. But yeah, I'm genuinely curious. What would they release it under? Would they just decide to buy Paramount now? It's like, okay, now you guys distribute Alien movies.
I think they would keep the Fox logo for those things. The Fox name. I don't think they would, because the Disney brand, right? Like, branding is huge with Disney, and they try to keep this, family friendly image up, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And we know the extensive lengths they will go to, like, you know, change it. Like, if some controversial shit happens in the movies, like their older flicks, right? They will change shit in like future DVD releases, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not gonna want their any of their studio names to be in front of anything rated R. Really, maybe they would put the Marvel logo obviously in front of Deadpool because that association's already there. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
But with Alien and Predator, especially if they do keep those two rated R's, they should.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna keep the Fox logo. I mean, hell, I'm hoping that they put the, just for, you know, old time's sake, they put the Fox logo in front of the next Star Wars movie. Just, you know, for that little dose of nostalgia for anyone, for, you know, everyone.
Bringing Star Wars home.
You know, I mean, yeah, like,
I mean,
you know,
yeah.
So I'd imagine they keep the Fox name.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Now that they have Fox, do you think they'll re-release the original Star Wars? Like the unedited versions?
Oh my god, if they, that would be so nice if they could. I've never seen those.
It's weird.
And I would.
You always see Auto though.
Yeah, a friend of ours has like a while back. Some people made like their own version of like an unedited Star Wars original trilogy, where it's like they took the Blu-ray and then they did a lot of they took out scenes and then like this like and then they mixed it with footage of like the original trilogy, and then had that like upscale to HD. This whole entire process.
Yeah.
And they released it a while back. A friend of ours downloaded them, and we never bought. I keep forgetting to see it when I'm with them.
All right, you know what? For episode 9, we'll do just a marathon.
But to be fair, it's like even then, it's like with him, it's on his PC, and then we could stream it on the TV. But I'd rather have. I would still love to own them.
No, yeah, I agree. So,
like, I did buy the Blu-ray set, but you know, it still has the same shit that's all the other special editions, and they ruined episode 6.
Actually, I remember.
Fucking best scene in the movie gets completely fucked.
Actually, I remember watching. We have pretty much all the Star Wars films as of now, but when we were watching the original trilogy, it was, of course, it's not the original release. It was, I think, the 2005 edit. And when I started seeing the CGI that they implemented, I was getting so sick of it. I was like, holy shit. Please stop.
That CGI has not aged well.
No, it hasn't. And there's this one shot, it was completely comprised of CGI. Just Luke, Obi-Wan, and the droids just flying into town. You didn't need that shot. You did not need that shot.
Yeah, with the womp rats like flopping about.
No, it was all CGI. Everything.
No, I know the shot you're talking about.
It was so terrible.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could talk about Disney all fucking day.
Wow.
The fucking wildness, like just fucking wildness of that company.
When you realize that we spent half the podcast rambling and the other half just talking about the Alien Predator license.
I mean, it was a losing battle, saying, "Hey, let's talk about fucking Alien versus Predator."
I've made a terrible mistake. We should have talked about Jurassic World.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a situation. It's like I'm a fan of both of them. You're a much bigger fan of like Alien, than I am.
No, yeah.
But none of us like. It's not like even when Covenant was coming out, it's not like we were foaming at the mouth for fucking Alien Covenant. or the Predator. It's like we're not super fans of these things. I thought it'd be this was a fun conversation.
Yeah. I think
in retrospect, it's probably going to serve better as just a testing out the mic quality that I'm using.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Actually, wait, for Alien Covenant, did we see it on opening day?
We saw it opening weekend. And we saw it late at night, too.
Yeah, and the Predator we saw like a week after it came out, right?
I think we saw it opening weekend, too.
Okay.
Which was a great idea.
Get to experience the get to experience that gem without reviewers spoiling it. Yes, that was a great idea.
Madness.
Oh my god. Someone get salsa. We need to talk about the Predator. There's so much gold in that.
Yeah, that's a friend of ours who came to see the Predator with us, and oh my.
If we talked about the Predator, this podcast would have had some weight. Oh no!
I mean, I think the best part about this episode was it really picked up steam once we stopped talking about Alien vs Predator.
Oh no! You know what? We have about 10 minutes left. How about we just end this off with the Alien and Predator films that actually really mattered?
Okay.
Yeah. So you saw Alien, you saw Aliens, you saw Predator. You definitely seen Predators.
Yeah. I've seen Predator 2.
Predator 2, I'm a little mixed on. Like, I love the premise.
You're talking about like which films are essential to watch in the series for people who aren't familiar with it?
I guess so. Like,
I mean, in that case, like Aliens, and Predator. The rest, watch at your own leisure and warning. But
yeah, I don't know.
I like
I don't know about Predator 2.
Like I said, that's a case of like it's a fun borderline exploitation-esque flick. It's not essential.
Yeah, I guess so.
Predators, that's not really essential either. Prometheus, not really. Like, I like Prometheus a lot. Not essential. Neither is Alien Covenant. Definitely not the Predator.
Yeah, so you know.
I mean, hell, like the best content outside of those that holy trifecta of movies is like the comics. There's a lot there's a lot of not so great and male ones, but there's a lot of great Alien and Predator comics.
Yeah.
And books and stuff.
Oh, and I guess that one video game from Sega and Rebellion.
And those are I mean, AVP 2, it's like the game AVP 2. I know you loved it for a while.
Oh no, I was talking about 2010.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, you're not exactly it's fine enough. The story's alright. The gameplay's cool. Obviously, the online section of it's done.
RIP. Yeah.
But yeah, Alien Predator, not a bit of an unfortunate tale.
Yeah.
But hey, they keep kicking on. No, there will always be more. Well, they'll keep trying.
Hopefully, Disney will be able to save it. Hopefully.
Yes. All right. So I guess that's it. If you watch this until the end, I'm sorry.
I mean, we're always sorry when we film these.
Yeah, but I mean, this one was even more of a mess than the last one.
It's more so depressing.
Yeah, it's like, wow, these franchises are really fucked when you think about them.
I just love how when you brought it up, you just remembered, oh wait, you suggested Alien vs. Predator, we could totally talk about that. Now here we are in the slumps. We are chin deep in sludge here, dude.
Just like the Alien and Predator franchises.
Yeah.
Poetry, it rhymes.
Oh.
It's also like midnight, so we're tired.
Yeah, it's like
It's like 12:50.
I gotta work tomorrow.
I don't have anything, but fuck, it was a boring day.
Yeah, it's
let's cut off before we reach an hour.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.